Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Beagles Games Guitars. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of Alexander Pfister's Maracaibo. Alrighty everyone, Maracaibo solo. I'll give you a quick general overview of how to play it. You can go ahead and skip to the playthrough if you just want to get right to it and see how it actually is done. But in the solo game, you're playing against an AI opponent called Jean, or Jean, however you want to pronounce it. And she will be competing against you on the board, going to the same spaces that you are and basically doing the same actions that you are, but you don't have to maintain it as much. And at the end of the game, if she does anything better than you, such as doing quests, removing your coconuts, or exploring, she's going to score more points than you, as well as combat and then overall income from the coconuts that she's removing. So let me take you to the table and we'll get started with the solo game of Maracaibo. Okay, solo setup is the same as a two-player game with a couple of changes. Jean does not do income markers on the doubloons or the victory points. She does not have workers or quest cards. She collects cards, but in a face down stack by the side of her board. She will be completing quests, doing combat, and removing coconuts from her board in order to score. So she's competing against you out here, placing coconuts at the sites. If you beat her to it, she's just going to take a card from the display, and that'll be points at the end of the game. 1 point per card, I believe, is her scoring method. One thing that I like to do for the combat, because I'm only playing with the A deck, there's an A, B, and a C deck. I'm terrible at this game, every game that I play, and there's one card where she will do combat. So what happens is you draw the combat card, you add up the score, the total number, plus the modifier that's on the combat card, and then wherever she's at on her noble banner, add that to it and subtract where you are at your noble banner from that. So I keep track of that on the dice because I'd rather just have all the numbers right there in front of me instead of trying to mentally keep up with it. I'll let the dice do the work on the numbers. Jean operates like a normal player when it comes to placing coconuts and exploring. If you're there, she'll just jump over you. If she completes a quest, she'll put it on her board. If she gets more than 10 quests than you, or more quests than you, 10 points. More than 2 quests, 20. More than 3 quests, 30. And if she has more than 1 coconut, 2 coconuts, it's 10. So, sorry, there's a score sheet over here that lets you know how much more she's going to kick your ass if you don't do a little bit of everything. And the quests come out just like in a two-player game. I'm doing a without story on easy mode. So in round 1 setup at 6 and at 12, there's going to be quests. So Jean does not visit villages unless they have a quest. She'll only visit the major cities, and she ignores what's on the city location. She'll only place her coconuts, but she won't do what's on the city location. She's going to do what's on the card, and it's actually written in small text that tells you what to do. She doesn't skip the stop locations. When she's here, typically she will perform what's on the card just like you normally would at these other city locations. And I'll go first in round 1, she'll go first in round 2, and vice versa. So I guess without any further ado, we will get started with this game. I'll go down to Havana, and I guess I can get rid of my quest hunter. I kind of don't want to, but let's go ahead and get some coconuts off the board. So I'll discard my quest hunter to remove a coconut. I wouldn't mind being able to take cards for free from the display. So I also gain a worker, which I set to the side. Plus I get to do a village action. And I would like to buy the pioneer. So for $7, this pioneer is going to let me increase my exploration by 1 every time I do it. And if I had the house synergy token, I would get 2 on the doubloon income, and I already will receive 2 on the doubloon income. So instead of 8, now I'll get 10. So I will draw my hand back up to 4. I don't want to pay for any of those cards. So I got a pinnacle, which is already out there, And, oh, a penetzi, however you want to say that. But I got 2 of them, which is terrible. I can use those. All right, Jean's turn. So she's going to sail 1 to the next location. She's going to go under, which honestly is right there in Santiago. So she's going to, way to go, fat fingers. Remove a cube, coconut. She doesn't get a worker or a village action. So she placed her cube. Now she's going to do combat. So she's going to take a combat, and now we're going to add up the tallies here. So, right there, I think that's France. Gets 6 combat right now. Whoever's in first gets -2, and right now they're all tied, so nobody's in first. This, I believe, is Spain. Gets 4. And England will get 2. So now we both don't have any banners, noble banners yet, so I don't have to add or subtract any of that. She usually goes with the highest combat, so she'll take 1 from there and put it on the lowest numbered city, which is Santiago right now. And now she will increase her banner, her influence with that nation by 2. And this will actually stay on her board there. So that is the end of Jean's turn. Dice make it a lot easier, so think about getting dice whenever playing this game. I will hop down to Santo Domingo. I have a mercenary that has a corn that I can discard. And now that'll let me start taking cards from the display for free. And now I can do 2 exploration movements. I have 1 additional, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, and just take 1 coin. I'm going to try and beat her going down here. Because actually, I need to focus on combat and influence and quests. So exploring is not going to help me for my glory quests, but hey, I like exploring. Draw my hand size back up. Let's try the Explorer here. Ahaba. Jean is going to go 1, but she's going to go over, so over. Now she will remove a coconut. She is going to explore twice, so 1, 2. And that was her turn. Her turns are relatively quick, except for the combat one. That one usually takes a while to perform. But if you have the dice, it makes it a little bit easier. Let's romp here the St. Kitts from Santo Domingo. I will actually complete this quest, because I have 2 of these. Same cards. They actually have different. That's what I was going for. Let's do that. So they both have 2 telescopes to complete this quest. You just discard those. And now I have 1 quest completed. I get 1 victory point per compass. I only have 1 compass, and I get 4 doubloons. Let me grab a 5er and return a 1. So now I have 6 total doubloons. Let me draw back up to my hand size. That'd be a good one. Again. I'm going to go big or go home. I think you immediately refill these. I already have a pioneer though. But it's good to have these right there in your hand to spend as goods. Jean is now going to go 2, and if there's any split, so she will jump here as 1. Any split, she's going to go over, but she's going to stop at this quest. And she will solve the quest. And I believe that's all she does right now. Because you do the quest or the city action. So that was Jean's turn. Kind of just rolling with it here. So I did 4 movements. I'm at Maracaibo. This Conquer Village looks good, but let's go ahead and discard it to use the item on there. I'm going to try and get a bigger hand size. Let's start off getting hand size bigger first. I'm going to combat. So my combat token has France with 4. Whoever's in third is going to get a +3 boost. Right now nobody's in third. If I fight for England, I get a point. If I fight for Spain, I get 2 doubloons. Let me fight for Spain. So I have 2 right here. And I can spend 3, 4, 5. So I do 5. When I do that, I would earn 2 influence. But I also earn 2 doubloons for helping out Spain. Let me keep that combat token there. Let me draw my hand size back up. I'm still only at 4 on the hand size. I'm kind of liking the Explorer. Jean. She's going to decide to go under, so she'll go under, removing a coconut. She is going to gain 1 influence in France. She's liking France. So that'll be back to my turn. Now go up here. I don't have corn, but I would like to get influence in a nation. I'll choose Spain. And I can do a village action. So I think for $7 right there, I can buy what's called the Explorer. I'll place my figure on action number 9. I would earn a synergy token. I have them off to the side here. So the synergy token is now in my possession. And at that location, I would get 2 doubloons and get to explore 3. Now it's Jean's turn. Jean is going to move basically to the end. She has 2 movements. So she'll stop right there. There is no quest tile. There is no city to place cubes on. Coconut, so she's going to remove card 3 from the deck. And that'll get replaced. Now she'll gain influence in England. And now I get to go again. I should have drawn my hand size up before that happened. But she drew the harbor. The harbor is always nice to have, so I'll just say I had the harbor before that came out. I guess there's really no effect in that. Those 4 movements. I'd like to explore twice, technically 3 times. 1, 2. And I could go down here for 3, because I do have 2 books. My Pioneer and that, however you say that card's name. This will let me earn a combat per compass. I only have 1 compass right now, plus combat. So I got the fight. Since I crossed this barrier, I get to choose 3 different influences. So let's go 1, 2, and 3. Let's try and do that. My combat token, 3rd place is going to get +3. Nobody's in 3rd, but I would get a worker if I fought for France. 2 victory points if I fought for Spain again. They only have 2. I would like to be able to... Let's get England on the board. I want a cube. I want money. So if I fight for England, they have 4 combat points. 4 will let me earn 1 influence in the nation, and I get to remove a cube and place it somewhere out here, which will give me 3. 3 monies. So that's my combat. So far I have 2 combats and 2 quests, so I'm actually beating Jean. And now Jean is going to shuffle. She ignores this next place. She's going to move, obviously, 1. She's going to take card. Oh, I was supposed to draw up. Let me draw up. So I drew up before she took a card, which is from row 3 here. Now she's going to explore twice. So 1, 2. And that was it for her. So now we are at right about here. So I can choose to build a card, play a card, or get 2 victory points. I'll take 2 victory points. Now we're on to the income phase here. So during income, Jean scores victory points equal to the highest value empty space on the Atama board, plus 1 victory point per card next to the board. So right now she's getting 2 victory points plus cards next to the board, which is 2, so that would be 4. Now I'm going to remove all the coconuts. This means flush the deck, the display. Oh, upside down card. Now I'd reveal another one of these, which I haven't even looked at. So now I'd look at my story, which I don't have a story. So now in rounds 2 at 7 and just at area 7 right now is all I'm adding to. So if I remember right, she went last, so I'm actually going. That's how it works. Well, I'm supposed to do my income too. Let's not forget my income as well. So here I would actually get 10 doubloons. I don't have any victory points there. And that's it, so don't want to forget my money. This is actually another 5 right there. I like to always trade up my money. My turn. I can go down to Santiago. I have this Explorer which has a tobacco, so I will do that. To where I can increase my hand limit now to 6 instead of the 4. Get a worker, and then I would be able to take a village action, which I will build this Conquer Village. So that's all 15 of my money. I would earn the House Synergy token, which will now increase my doubloons by 2 from the Pioneer card. And now I can place without reward any ownership marker in a free village. So it goes on a village, not at a city. If I had either of these synergy tokens, I would increase my victory point tracks, but I don't. But cube would I like. Let's not do that. So any village, let's go down to there. So now I'm going to draw my hand limit back up. Four. I'm going to blind draw because I don't really like these. 5 and 6. Jean is going to move twice. So 1, she's going to choose to go over. Coconut getting removed, and now she'll get 1 influence in Spain. So now, that quick, it's already back to me. I'll go down here. I do have a corn that I can get rid of. I'm going to start going for some victory points. Sorry, let me remove that cube because I have to do the 3-1 first. Explore twice plus my additional on the Pioneer. 1, 2, 3. 3 points and $3. That's a good exploration spot to stop on. And now Jean, I can get 1 card before Jean acts. I want to reserve the harbor, which will let me get 2 cards. Do I want to reserve the harbor? I do, because I like the harbor. So let me get the patron. And I'll take the sailor. Jean, I think I know what you're going to do. You're going to go steal this quest. So now she got the quest. So you don't get any influence or do the rest of the action whenever she gets the quest. So now we're back to me. I wanted to go for that quest. I don't have any money to build anything, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use my assistant to get $2 because I don't have any money, which will actually bump me up to 5. I get to explore 3 plus my 1. So 1, 2. Hey, let's do that. 3. I'm just going to forego that one. So I spin the combat. Now I'll earn 1 point per compass, which right now still only have 1 compass. But hey, I get 5 doubloons. If I get 4 quests completed, I could get 4 doubloons. That'd be nice. No cards to draw up. Back to Jean. As soon as I refill the deck up there. Jean is going to move twice. So 1, she's going to go under. Removing coconut. 1 influence gained in England. Now we're back to me. Maracaibo. I'm going to discard the patron. I think that's sugarcane. Yeah, the white sugarcane. To remove a coconut. 3 points for me. Now I'm going to combat. Feeling lucky on this one. Whoever's in first loses 2. So now France is in 2. First place. So they only have 3 points. So they only have 3 points. Spain has 4, and then England has 2. If I fight for England, I get an additional influence for 2. But if I fight for Spain, I could actually get money. I feel like I want to fight for Spain because they have 4. So I'll spend all 4 of their influence they're giving me to put a cube out here. Let's place it out there for $2. Now I believe that was my turn for that one. I just have to draw back up. Not feeling any of those, so let me draw blind. Another master builder, huh? Now she is going to do the combat because I saw that was the 1 card I haven't drawn yet. So she's going to take card 4 from the display. And now we are going to draw a combat card. So let's do this. Whoever's in third place. 1, 2, 1, 2. Nobody's in third. So right now, France has 3, Spain has 4, and guess what? It's the exact same numbers. So if we add hers, which is 1, 2, so it'd be 5 minus 1, so they're actually at 4. France is at 4. So plus 5 minus my 2, so they're actually at 3. If I can ever find the 3 on this D8. And now they are at 2. 3 minus my 2, so they're only at 1. So she's going to pick France, going to the lowest numbered village, which right now I think is 12. She doesn't earn the victory points for it, but she does earn 2 influence in France. So that was her turn. Refill the deck up here. A smuggler, eh? A banana would be good. I don't have one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Moving 7 spaces will let me do 3 actions. So I could buy this guy, Michael de Gramont, for 10. France owns at least 3 locations. Get to place him out here. So France owns at least 3 locations. I go 2 on the income track, 2 on the doubloon track, and then I would get 1 additional compass that I can use for quests. Now she's going to go again. She's going to move to that space, which will allow her to take card number... Oh, I'm supposed to draw up. Let's just draw from the deck. She's going to take card number 3. Now she's going to explore twice. So now we go into the scoring. Do I want to buy a card? I do not. I will just take 2 victory points. She's going to earn 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. She's beating me by 1. Let me see. Now I will earn my victory points, which I'm actually getting 2. I'm getting 14. $14 there. The coconuts are going to be removed. Put the lime in the coconut. Let's flush the display. Upside down card. The harbor. We're going to reveal the next, I forgot what those are called, prestige buildings. Next story, so round 3, at the end of each round. So at the end of round, okay. My bad, I made a mistake. So at the end of round 2, I'm going to put one out at 7. So at the end, I forgot about that. So at the end, I should have put one at 6 and 12. And a regular setup is supposed to only have 1. So my bad on that one. But she went last, so I will actually get to go next. Do I want to get rid of any of my tobacco? The answer is always yes. So I have a master builder. To remove that tobacco, I will take the coconut, place it there, trying to go for 6 points. I will earn another worker. And I can do a village action, which I think I will. Do I want to buy the harbor? Let's buy the harbor. So 10. So all my money for the harbor. Harbor's out. So now I will earn the anchor. Nothing retroactively activates. I do have the saw, so I would get 4 on the victory point track. So that was decent. What would be good to reserve? I'm combating pretty okay. I already have the house. Let's go ahead and just reserve him so I can draw 2 cards. Man, there's some harbors out there. Whatever. But I have a plan for you, harbor. Now take the Conquer Village as well. Jean is going to move twice, choosing to go over. So now she's getting ready for coconut, gaining 1 influence in Spain. Back to me so quickly. I don't have any corn to get rid of that. Exploring would be nice. It's not vital. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm stopping here because I do have 2 telescopes to solve this quest. 1 point per compass. Now I finally have 2 compasses. And then I get to explore. So hey, it works out. 1, 2, and 1 additional, which gives me an influence in any nation I choose. Let's catch up to her. And now I'd also earn 4 victory points for being the first person to cross this threshold. Let me draw back up to my hand size. Well, it would be nice to use Lawrence de Groff. Card down to the floor. I guess I could use the innkeeper. So now Jean is going to move 1. Bam, stopping at Maracaibo. Put the lime in the coconut, gaining an influence in France. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch up with her in France. Back to me so soon. I have no money. Let's get some money and visit my explorer over here. So I get $2 plus explore 3 times plus my additional 1. Too bad I don't have any telescopes. I already chose this route. 1, 2, 3, 4 would give me 4 combat. I don't have any cards to draw up. Jean's turn. Jean is going to move twice. She's going to choose to go under. So 1, man, 2. She's already there. There's no quest, there's no city. She's going to take card 3 from the display. She's going to gain influence in England. So now I have to catch my happy ass up to Jean. I do have one to where I can get rid of that. I wouldn't mind combating. I can't move that fast to catch up. So let's go ahead and just take a hit here. I don't have... Actually, it's worth it. Let's go ahead and get rid of Lawrence de Groff to remove a coconut. I would also earn a combat and an influence in a nation. Let's go ahead and sit solid with Spain there. Now I can draw back up. And I will take a sailor. Gonna do the combat, aren't you? I'm saving my quests and stuff. Yeah. So moving over. No quests or city. Taking card 4 from the display. Now going to do a combat. So right now, first place is losing 2. So France is only going to have 2. 3, 4, 5, 4. France, Spain's gonna have 2, 3, 2, 1. So they're only gonna have 1 because I have a lot of influence with them. England has 6, 7, 8, minus my 2. So they're just sitting at a solid 6. So she's gonna choose England, lowest numbered, which is right here at 13. Gonna earn 2 influence in England. And that'll be her turn. Since she's there, I can't do another turn, or I'll play in catch up. I don't have enough money to buy. 2 points for me. It's a biggle. It's a biggle. So now she's going to earn 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points. I am going to earn actually 6 points. Plus 14 doubloons. We're going to remove all the limes and the coconuts. I'm going to reveal the last card up here as well as flushing the deck. Hey. And now we'll put out the last quests. We are in round 4. So into round 3, 16 and 10. That seems weird that they would put them not in numerical order. So she went last, so I get to go again. Not used to that. I have $16. Those seem to help just a little bit. I wouldn't mind questing a little bit more. So I do have Combat the Quest. I don't have the telescopes yet. Let's go down to Santiago, get rid of Conquer Village. So I can get rid of this coconut, earning a worker, and a village action. My village action. I don't want to buy anything. I guess I do. I could say I completed this quest here for $4. And so this is 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, that's 20. So I have $20 to where I can commit a worker up here. And I'll go to the Abbey. So at first would earn 2 points, and now I would take the crown. The crown is going to earn me 2 on the doubloon track and another 2 on the doubloon track. And now at the end of the game, I would get 4 points per barrier I passed on this exploration track down here. That was my one village action. Her turn, she's going to go twice. She's going to choose to go under, removing a coconut. Now she's going to gain influence in England. Back to me. At this point, is it even worth the money? Four. I think it's worth getting that cube off. So 1, 2, 3. Get rid of the sailor. To remove this, well. So I'd earn a combat, and I get to remove another cube. So I get $5 for removing that one. I always say cubes. Now remove this. I do have, no, I don't have 6, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and remove this one. That just gets removed just straight off the board there. I can draw up to 2. I totally forgot to do that. Okay. Let's just top deck at this point. Jean is going to combat. She's going to take this quest. So quest, or do the city action. So she is just questing. My turn. Might as well do my worker, which will give me $2. Plus I get to explore 3 times plus my extra. 1, 2, 3, 4. Influence in a nation. Let's just keep it strong. I do get to earn 4 points for doing that. Man, I wish I would cross to the very end right there. It's my turn. Jean is going to move once to here, Maracaibo. Her cube. Now she's going to explore twice. Shortest path. Simple enough for her. I'm going to do a 2 for here, so I'm going to go to Maracaibo as well. I can't do the cube, but I can't do the coconut, but I'm going to combat. So I have no modifier. France has 4, Spain has 6, but I'd have to pay $2. Let me pay $2 and fight for Spain at 6. But I could do 4 to place a cube here and get a victory point. I still have 2 more left to where I could earn an influence. So I'm already earning an influence because of doing the action 4, and then for 2 I'd earn another influence. So now I have 4 combat tokens, which will give me a worker, 2 victory points, and 2 money. So I get my money back. And I will say that I have 6 influence in 1 nation, which will give me $3 plus $2 for flipping the card and 2 more victory points. So that is a $5 swing there. I do not draw any cards up. Jean's turn. She's going to move twice. So 1, she's going to prefer to go over. 1, 2, stealing. No, it's down here at 16. So 1, she's already up here. Let's go slow. I'm black, she's yellow. So no quest, no city, taking card 1 from the display. Now she's going to gain an influence in Spain. Good luck catching up to me. My turn. I don't have the telescopes to solve that quest. I could earn more influence in a nation. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm just going to go all out in combat. So I think I beat her in combat and beat her in quests. So let's combat. Whoever's in third will get 3 additional points. Nobody's in third. What would I like to do? I could displace, couldn't I? So I'm going to fight for Spain. They have 4. I'm going to chip in 2 of them to make it a level 6. So that'll let me displace a cube of France, and I still earn an influence there. And I would actually earn $4. There's that there. Man, I have 16 bucks. So now Jean is going to move up. She's going to take card 2 from the display. She's going to earn an influence in France. Back to me. I think all I can do is move and 3 victory points. And now her last turn of the game. is doing the long combat. Way to go. My least favorite action that Jean does. So drawing. Whoever's in third. So now I think England is in third. So that'll give them all the way up to 7. 8, 9, 10, 9, 8. So they're going to have a total of 8. Spain has 3, 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, because I have a lot of influence in Spain. France has 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. 4, just 4. So obviously she's going to fight for England. And it's the lowest placed area. Lowest numbered. Since they're all occupied, she's going to remove the lowest numbered one from the game, which is Santiago. And now she'll earn 2 in England. She's killing it there. So I think this concludes the game. 2 victory points or contributing to a card up there. I have to take 2 points. So now we're going to go to scoring. I actually get 10 points. And I don't have enough to get doubloons up there. Now she's going to get 12 points. Plus cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now here, I would actually earn 4 points per mark that I pass. So I got all of them. So I'd actually get 12 points. And now this is where it gets kind of confusing, is the banners here. So you get 3 points for being the furthest. So she would actually get 6 points. I would get 3 points for there. Now whoever has the most cubes. So England has 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have 4. France has 3. And then I think Spain has 3 as well. I like how I put their dice backwards. So in case of a tie, all nations receive the higher value. So England is going to receive 2 additional, so they're actually going to go up to 6. And both these boys are going to go up to 4. So now your noble banner, 4 times 1. So I would earn 4. And now 4 times 1, 2, 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. And 6 times 2 is 12. And now 4 times 1, 2, 3 is 12. 4 times 1, 2 is 8. And now 6 times 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is 18. And now I would earn, I think, points on my cards. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, not those. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I can officially put this little piece out here. Haha, black has 100. She'll score 5 points per quest tile. So 15 points. She beat me, no! So she has more quest tiles than me, she doesn't. She has more combat than me, she doesn't. If she has more coconut icon showing, which she doesn't, I like it. And she's not ahead of me on the exploration track. So I really did just lose this game by 3 points. Let me take you back down to my level and I'll go over how I feel about this game. So what do I think about Maracaibo solo? I think it's a great game solo. The automa, it kind of mimics what an actual player is doing. They move pretty fast. I've only played a 2-player game, so it does feel like you're playing a 2-player game. I'm disappointed that I lost. I actually thought I was going to win. I'm finally starting to figure this game out. I was able to pull this game out after not playing it for a couple months and just go right into it. I think my least favorite thing about this game is the combat card that Jean has, where you have to kind of calculate the math on her combat score. I mean, if you read it out really slow, the combat number plus gene minus you. If it's a tie, you pick which one's greater. You place the cube on a minimum location, and then you influence goes up by 2. But just keeping those 3 numbers in your head, I think using these are actually D12s, not D8s. I said that earlier. D12 dice is nice to have so it can keep track for you. That's my biggest complaint about this game. And the in-game scoring when it comes to the banners and the influence within the nations. You also have to kind of keep a mental note of you and her. And I hope I did it right. I hope I scored right, because I lost. I usually do lose. I think I did finally win one time. And the last time I played with my wife, we scored in kind of the 150s and 160s. So I've noticed that playing a solo game, I tend to score lower. Though I didn't have quite as good as a card combo as I would have liked. I'm finally starting to figure out how the combo, I kind of worked tactically, instead of strategically. I was just responding to what was coming out, noticing that she was going around and potentially blocking spaces. So I was playing more defensively than offensively, and I think that's why I ended up losing this one, because I didn't really have a strategy. I wanted to show you how to play solo. I had no forward planning. I didn't sit here and look at it. This game, you do have to sit here and plan a few steps ahead in order to win this game. So that is how you play Maracaibo solo. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.